Dear teachers, if we see the dictionary meaning of teacher, it says an instructor, a person who gives knowledge about a particular thing or object. But being a teacher, it is not just to teach a lesson, or you often say, I finished the lesson, but we have a big responsibility too. The children to whom we are teaching now are the future of our country. Along with lessons, we also have to inculcate moral values, motivation, जैसे कुछ कर गुजरने की तमन्ना, best behavior, good leadership, love for nation, work for society selflessly, true justice, त्याग or sacrifice of greediness, and so on. As Rabindranath Tagore says, the object of education is to give man the unity of truth. Mind should be developed as receptive as well as productive. Teachers, in life, what you focus on is all that you will see. As a role of a teacher here, we have a little change, our self and lean towards Guru. What is Guru? Guru is one who goes beyond teacher. Along with teaching a lesson or say an object, he also relates lesson with day-to-day life, techniques of exploring, the reality of inner being. Very important to understand one's strong side and weak side. Only then child can improve. That is, to understand oneself. We all should first read ourselves. As Vivekananda says, if you miss talking to yourself, you have missed an important person. By talking to ourselves, we boost our moral. You know about yourself. Like, oh, I am good in this field. Oh, I can do this. Now you are recognizing yourself. That brings you peace and happiness and confidence. It changes one's life. In short, Guru is one who removes one's darkness and ignorance. What I mean to say that don't stuck to a teacher only, but try to change yourself to play the role of a guru, which will fetch you happiness, satisfaction, and respect. For example, the day your class goes very well, you feel so happy and your face glows automatically, and your friends ask you, what happened? As the glow and smile on your face can be seen. When you tell to your friends the secret of happiness, you feel so proud of yourself, so satisfied, and side by side, you will also be thinking that my next class should be more resourceful. From today itself, you try to focus yourself. It is very easy. Just close your eyes and ask a question to yourself. Are you a guru? What are your strong points and what are your weak points? Count on your fingers and then open your eyes and write it on a paper. You cannot make all changes in one day, but you can change yourself 100%. Take one particular weakness of yours and work on it. When it is over, or you overcome, put a tick mark and then go to the next one, and so on. While writing a lesson plan, think you are not a teacher, but you are guru. And just see the transformation in yourself and the satisfaction you will drive. When you stand in class with confidence and deliver the lesson in the same activities as planned in lesson plan, your children will respect you. Children love their teacher, but we have to gain their respect also, which goes beyond your imagination. Teachers are the role model of their students. Besides this, the teacher of today is also responsible to enable and empower the learner to emerge as a competent youth ready to take on the challenges of the rapidly changing world. Hence, it is imperative that the teacher continuously upgrades his or her knowledge and methodology of teaching in order to enhance the quality of teaching. If the quality of teaching is good and the commitment of teacher is high, the standard of the institution is bound to rise. So make the process meaningful. Now, what are the duties and responsibilities of teacher or class teacher? Be in school at least 15 minutes before school time, take attendance, and escort the students to the assembly ground. While the children stand for morning assembly, tell them to remain quiet, check their uniform, nails, hair, and shoes, help the students who need to help quickly. Take the children back to your classes in a line after assembly. Tell children to walk freely without troubling, teasing other children. In the classroom, on the blackboard, write the date, attendance, and particulars like name of class teacher, class leaders, etc., subject and topic. Also, a good, meaningful thought which should be written and explained meaning to the students, which should be changed periodically. Set the furniture properly and make bench leader who will be responsible for keeping the benches in line and neatness around their places. Discard if you have broken furniture. It may hurt children or any accident can take place. Approach to your school furniture in charge for more furniture. In case he is not able to provide due to shortage of furniture, bring immediately to the notice of principal and give demand for furniture. Keep first aid equipment and provide first aid in case of any accidents. Mark attendance twice a day at morning and after lunch. Have lunch with the students in the classroom or outdoors. Tell the students to bring napkins to spread and clean the area after eating their food. Not to drop food down. Let children eat with their friends and enjoy their food. You only have to check often that they bring always healthy food. Inculcate the habit of sharing when they bring special food for any festival celebration or of their birthday. This is a time when you can observe and judge the children silently by seeing their actions, talk, and their understanding. Now, you can understand your student much better. Keep the classroom well arranged. Change the content of display boards periodically, the latest topic, and also have a discussion on it. Or let children speak few sentences on their articles or drawing they have brought. Take co-curricular activities seriously. Train your students for healthier competition. They are very important for the development of child. See to it that the fans and lights are switched off when the class comes for assembly, goes out for games, music, or any other purposes at the end of the day. Complete all the given tasks on or before time. Brush up your computer skill. Be always updated and also in your professional reading and current affairs is recommended. This makes your class and your extra work more interesting. Be friendly and polite to all. Cooperate with your co-teachers. Correction work should be flawless. Ensure that students complete the follow-up work. Inculcate good value in students. Address students on moral values, social issue, respect of nature, good moral stories from epics. This will reduce indiscipline in class. Dress up befitting into school. No casual wear, only formal Indian wear. Avoid taking leave very often. Develop a sense of belongingness to school. Take care to be a good role model for your students. Develop good handwriting skill. Be a good listener. Be a communicator, especially when we are conducting any activity. The success of many activities depend on good planning and students knowing exactly what they have to do. Give clear-cut instructions. This plays a vital role as well as setting up activities. Involve all students. Be open to all. Don't select only few same students always for all activities. All children should have feeling of belongingness. Make a group in such a way that in each group there is a bright student, medical, and also slow learner. Actually, if you go deep and talk to children, you will find actually speaking, they are not slow learners, but they have no exposure to so many things which we assume that they know. For example, a labor children, what can we expect? To get 2 times meals is also a struggle for them. Keep yourself in that position and work with them. As parents cannot help them, you have to help them. Take extra interest in them. Motivate. Bright students who are bright because they have more facilities and exposure to help them. Children learn from children more faster and also clear their doubts without fear. But keep in mind one thing, generally, bright students are more egoistic, proud, and generally they don't want to teach such students. If class one teacher take one extra step and see that each and every child knows to read, then we will not find any difficulty in next classes. Main problem is child has reached to class 5th, but he doesn't know to read and write. The most important thing is next follow the conduct rules notified in CCS Conduct Rules 1964 and CCA Rules 1965. Maintain the teacher's diary regularly with the lesson plan. Reach the class on time for teaching. The teacher must evaluate the students from time to time. Teachers who are subject committee in charge should conduct regular meetings and discuss the method to improve the performance of students in the subject. Teachers must make best use of TLM, teaching aid, school labs, maps, globes, models, etc. While teaching, it should be activity-based learning. Do and learn. Let children also think. In class, before and after teaching a topic, the teacher should prepare well each and every aspect of the lesson before delivering the lesson. Motivate the student before the actual delivery of the lesson. That is before teaching. Link the topic with the previous knowledge of the student. This makes students to understand easily as they can link themselves to the topic. Develop and use the relevant teaching aids. Think before what you have to explain. Use a combination of different methods and techniques of teaching depending on the lesson. Interact with the students to induce curiosity, motivation, and provoke thinking, imagination, and application of the concept taught. Give activity or applications based worksheet or assignment beyond the book, but according to the mental age of a class or students, with all your guidance to use various sources and keep a record of the work given. Maintain discipline in the class while teaching. The class, the class teacher must take help of all students in various class activities. This is very important because this develops awareness, imaginations, observations, communication skill among students. Also help in working together, respect others' ideas, and a healthy discussions. Now appoint monitors for different duties. Give every child one duty. So he thinks that he is responsible for this particular work. And this develops the responsibility among the children. Mark the attendance of the students yourself in the class register. With the help of class monitor, this creates awareness and responsibility among students. Create a learning environment for the students by recording the board with noble work of great personalities, current affairs, moral stories related to festivals, etc., etc., to inspire the students. Display clearly the timetable of the class teacher, timetable of a class, make an inventory for your class, make a progress chart for your class. Once in a week, say Saturday, mark the progress of children after open discussion with the class children. Take mark in front of the child's name who have improved academically, in behavior, helped to co-students, worked excellent as a volunteer, helped teachers, and you can add many more things which you feel it is required. Next one, it is very important, things that make that don't make the same child from class 1 to 5 as a monitor. This makes the child proud, arrogant, and start dominating other children. And other children feel they are suppressed. It is our duty to develop good leadership quality all and also learn to work together with responsibility. Change leaders after every 15 days so that all get chance. You can reduce also if children are more. Make an criteria for turn to become a class leader. Those who are improving in any field will get first chance accordingly. But later on, give chance to those children also who have not changed or improved. They will change now after they get the leader badge as they feel very responsible now. You have to work out only 2-3 months. After that, children themselves will come and guide you who should become the leader next. And when his or her date is getting over, they calculate it perfectly. You just watch the changes in your class academically and also discipline. Notice the enthusiasm, excitement, interest, and desire among the students. Extra initiatives to be taken by teachers. Apart from teaching, encourage the students to prepare and participate in science exhibition and help them in preparing working models or charts, guide them. Encourage students to develop reading habits by consulting various science journals, magazines, newspapers, etc. Undertake condemnation of the unserviceable articles, equipments regularly to keep your almirahs, cupboards, and class clean. Subject teacher must discuss among themselves, prepare a schedule, and distribute the homework as per the schedule to avoid overburdening of the students. Class teacher and subject teacher must have regular meetings with parents to keep them informed and guide them about the progress of their wards. A committee should be formed to hold class talk and assembly talk by both students and teachers on various topics relevant to level of students. Identify the gifted children, slow learners, problem children, underachievers, etc., in order to help them achieve according to their needs and abilities. Check and help long absentees among students. Collect and compile information related to career education from sources like newspaper, magazines, etc., and display it through charts, posters, and bulletin boards. Organize career exhibition, let children collect information from newspaper, magazine, etc., and let them write few lines about them, paste them on A4 color sheet, and exhibit them neatly in a planned manner. Organize hobby days on Saturday. Let children come out with different ideas, experiments, speeches, different talents, teaching a topic, games of grammar, quiz from languages, etc. Mathematical tricks. It should be open to all. Let them make their own group. You have to be only alert that they don't bring any dangerous things for experiments. What a teacher should not do. A teacher should not leave the assembly or class unattended at any cost. Stand in groups and gossip during the assembly or during games period or doing the correction work when the children are playing, because you are responsible for the safety of the children, or any such activities going in the school campus. Your eyes should be always on the discipline of your class children. Children are always watching you. If you are wrong, they will not listen to you. Don't use only telling method without any discussion or interaction while teaching. Don't use guides, help books, etc., as they hamper the thinking process and students will not listen to you. Don't humiliate a child or resort to corporal punishments or sending them outside the class. Don't impose your own value and decisions on students, parents, or teachers. Don't leak information received in confidence. Don't form biased opinion about students. Most important, don't criticize other teachers, HM, principal in front of any student. This is very bad habit. Children listen and convey to others or to their parents. You lose your respect because you have formed your opinion on someone, but others may not have same opinion about them as you have. Everybody should know how to control their anger. Any type of school work given at any time should be completed without any hesitation, as it is a school work. given to you because you are capable for it. You also give your work to the best child of your class. So no on where will choose incapable person. You will also not choose incapable person for your work. So your higher ups will also not choose if you are incapable person. If you are not getting any work, prove yourself to your superior that you are also have talent. Always cooperate with your colleagues. Today one may be in problem, tomorrow you can also be. Keep school a happy place to work. Shouting and fighting in the school campus is not appreciated. There can be differences, solve it patiently. Beyond that, teachers serve many other roles in the classroom. Teachers set the tone of their classrooms, build a warm environment, mentor and nurture students, become role models, and listen and look for signs of trouble along with parting knowledge. Every day we face different challenges. Keep yourself ready for it with confidence and smile. First thing, learn to believe in yourself. One day you all are going to become an extraordinary teachers with your sincere efforts. Let's meet in other class with different topics. After this, do move to part 1A and try to finish those activities. Jai Hind.